Most woodworking businesses don't fail because the owner isn't gifted or talented. Most of them fail because the owner never becomes an actual business owner. They stay a craftsman and never develop their business acumen or their business skills. So in this video, I want to walk you through the exact reasons why most woodworking businesses fail in under a year and how you can beat that statistic. Let's dive in. All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Zach Vaught. I'm super excited about this video. We're going to start creating some more actionable videos that are shorter, where we get straight to the point, and hopefully these things really make a difference and move the needle in terms of how you run your woodworking or your custom furniture business. And so I got 5 main points for you today, and the whole topic today is why 90% of woodworking businesses fail. And so I'm going to give you 5 reasons they fail and what to do to prevent it inside of your business. So number 1 is this. They price like a hobbyist, not a business. Everybody starts out in the same place where you're selling to friends and family, you don't know what to charge, you feel bad even trying to charge like a decent amount of money because you know these people, and then what eventually happens is that never actually changes once you start selling to the general public. And so one of the big moves that you have to make is you have to price accordingly. And you can never grow a business if you don't have any capital, money inside of the business to give it oxygen to breathe. The old adage is that capital or money is the oxygen to business, right? Without it, you're dead in the water. So you've got to learn how to quit pricing like a hobbyist and start pricing like a business. You have to account for overhead. You have to account for taxes. You have to account for the fact that you deserve to eat and make a decent living. So the second reason most woodworking businesses fail in the first year is because they wait for customers to find them. This is probably, quite frankly, the most important point on this list, and it's because most custom furniture makers have a field of dreams mentality where I'm going to build something great and everyone's going to be so in awe of it that they're going to just come running from the hills to buy everything that I could ever produce, and I'm going to ride off into the sunset with my incredible woodworking business. And then you get slapped right in the face with the reality and realize that that's not going to happen. Doesn't matter how great you are. There's a couple instances where you might be so great, but for most people, that's not going to be the case, okay? So we have to create a marketing strategy to get in front of customers. If you are running a business and you are not hitting your target revenue number, it is simply because people don't know about you. Or they know about you and you got a bad reputation, right? But for most people, that's not the case. For most people, it's because nobody knows about you. And so you have to create awareness, build a brand, implement proven marketing strategies to get you in front of more of your ideal target audience so that you can sell more of your custom furniture. Okay, number 3, these guys build what they want, not what actually sells. And this is probably one of the biggest hangups that I run into as I visit with woodworkers or custom furniture makers on a daily basis, is that they have a very strong opinion about what they need to make. And the reality is that if you want to have a business, not to say that you can't lean toward a certain type of design or lean toward a certain type of product, but you need to let the market tell you what they want to buy. Right? And so a lot of people are like, well, I just love this style of furniture. And it's like 1 out of every million people would buy that kind of furniture. It's like, listen, man, I don't want to, ruin your dreams here, but you should sell something that is attractive to a large group of people. And so you love building a complex jewelry box, but no one's going to pay $800 for it. The market tells you what to build. Your job is to listen. The market doesn't care what you love to build. It cares about what it wants to buy. You've got to respond to market feedback. Okay. Number 4, the 4th reason why 90% of woodworking businesses fail in the first year is that they treat it like a side hustle forever. The moment that you start treating a business truly like a business is when it starts producing results like a business. Most people never implement systems, never implement any type of production schedule. They don't even have a business bank account. They're just intermingling the business finances with their own personal finances, and it's just a mess, right? So if we want the business to produce results, we have to treat it like a business. So we have to implement systems. We have to get organized. We have to have a designated business bank account. You should probably have an LLC at some point once you have, you've proven to yourself that you can make and sell this stuff. If you don't treat it like a business, it will never pay you like it is a business. Okay. And then number 5, the last one here, is that most guys just quit too early. They start off, they build a couple products, and they think it's going to take off, and they don't see the traction that they think they should see, and they just pack up shop. Or they just revert back to, well, I'll build something occasionally, or I'll put together a couple Christmas presents for, close friends and family or whatever. But if you're serious about a business, you have to keep working on it and improving it. You're going to have a ton of moments of failure. where things don't work the way that you thought they should, or it's not clear what the next step is, but you have to just continue to problem solve one step after the next. And if you can do that, then you can build a sustainable business long term, okay? And so a couple things to just remember here as we wrap up this video is that being a great woodworker and being a great woodworking business owner are two completely different skill sets. Being a great woodworker and then being a great woodworking business owner, completely different skills. I've got joinery techniques, I've got the knowledge of woodworking, and then I have the knowledge of business. If you want to not be a part of the statistics, if you want to be the 10% that survives after the first year, you have to work on the business principles that are going to allow you to build a sustainable business. The next memorable truth here is that busy and broke is not a business. It's an expensive hobby. So if you're busy and broke, you're underpriced, or you're just building the wrong products, and it may be time to pivot. And so as we wrap up this video, my call to action for you is if you're watching this and you're just kind of cutting your teeth and learning, I want to invite you to check out my completely free ebook, the Handmade Business Secrets ebook. It's less than 100 pages long, and it really outlines my journey, my story of starting and growing and scaling and selling my own custom furniture company. And so that's completely free to you. It's the first link in the description below. For the rest of you guys that are ready to play serious, ready to get in the game, take the business to the next level, I want to invite you to check out the Custom Furniture Launch Program. And so we have had an insane response to this in the last 3 or 4 months. Man, we've onboarded tons of new clients, and they're getting incredible results. I'll post some screenshots that you can see some of these results from inside of our Slack channel. But guys are closing deals left and right and immediately hitting $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month. Within 4 to 6 months, hitting $20,000 a month. And so if you are ready to take your skill set to the next level, implement a lot of these business systems, we're going to help implement them for you. I want to encourage you to check out Custom Furniture Launch. Click the button below, apply. Let's hop on a call and see if we can help you turn the hobby into a legitimate business. And so with that, if this was a helpful video, be sure to mash that subscribe button. Be sure to leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.